GM is dying and losing millions of dollars every day. Why? Because CEO Mary Barra has refused to make affordable EVs. From charging huge dealer markups to stopping the production of their best-selling EV Bolt, she has taken a series of bad decisions that have led GM towards bankruptcy. She just issued a brutal warning, saying we're set to lose $1 billion on EVs this year. The company is losing $200 million a week right now. EVs are not profitable. We might have to break up the company. This announcement left all the EV makers completely shocked and confused. Why would one of the biggest car makers want to go against EVs? Could GM close its doors? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the shocking reality of what's going on behind GM's closed doors. If you thought EVs are the future, you couldn't have been more wrong. Here's what exactly happened. In the auto industry, change is the only constant, but sometimes the direction of change can take a surprising turn. General Motors, or GM, and Ford, two giants in the automotive world, are now in shock. The demand for electric vehicles, or EVs, isn't as strong as they thought. GM made thousands of EVs and shipped them to dealer lots, but now these EVs are eating dust. As a result, GM is about to collapse. The company has delayed the start of EV truck production at its Orion, Michigan plant, initially planned for late 2024, now pushed back to late 2025. The Silverado EV and GMC Sierra EV, once the hopeful flag bearers of GM's EV lineup, are now on hold due to insufficient interest. This delay is a clear indicator that the early adoption phase of EVs might be over. The market realities are showing that the anticipated demand for these vehicles is not materializing as expected. Around 1,000 employees at the Orion assembly plant are affected by this decision. What's even shocking is that Mary Barra has still refused to offer any discounts or price cuts, even now. She's taking $29 million in salary, 10 times more than Ford's CEO. Yet, she's not able to pay workers, citing poor sales as the reason. GM's self-driving car unit, Cruise, recently faced a setback when it had to shut down its driverless vehicles off the road in multiple cities due to safety concerns. This incident raises questions about the readiness of autonomous vehicle technology and its public acceptance. In terms of electric cars, GM is not only delaying production, but also rethinking its approach to manufacturing these vehicles more profitably. The company had to pause the production of its BrightDrop electric commercial vans and recently scrapped a $5 billion joint plan with Honda aimed at producing affordable EVs. GM will break their company into two units, one aimed at making EVs and one new combustion unit that will solely continue to make ICE vehicles. Mary Barra now knows that totally abandoning gas-powered cars is a bad idea. It's important to note that GM is not alone in facing these challenges. Ford, for example, is also postponing significant investments in EV manufacturing. This collective industry trend signifies a broader skepticism about the immediate future of EVs, at least in the current state and market positioning. Back in April 2020, GM and Honda announced a massive collaboration. The plan was to produce millions of EVs using GM's Ultium battery technology. Honda would bring its expertise in designing the vehicle's exteriors and interiors, while GM would handle the engineering. It sounded like a perfect match, set to revolutionize the EV market with affordable options. But now, they've decided to pull the plug on this project. Why? Because Mary Barra thinks cheap EVs are not profitable. During a conference, she pointed out that battery costs are still too high to make EVs in the $30,000 to $40,000 range profitable. This price bracket is crucial because it represents the bulk of new car sales globally. The 2024 Chevy Equinox EV, for instance, is expected to start at around $30,000, but Barra suggests that the average transaction price will likely exceed $40,000, which is a significant factor in assessing the profitability of such models. The cost of batteries is a major component of EV pricing. Despite some reductions in battery costs, they haven't dropped enough to make lower-priced EVs financially viable for automakers. GM is working on bringing these costs down, with a target of around $87 per kilowatt-hour by 2025. Other automakers are also reevaluating their strategy. The focus is shifting from simply pushing out EV models to ensuring that these vehicles are both desirable to consumers and profitable to produce. Major automakers are reevaluating their expansion plans in light of these market conditions. GM and Ford have delayed significant investments in EV production, and Tesla has hinted at postponing a new $1 billion plant in Mexico. These strategic pullbacks are visible in their financials, with Ford's EV units reporting substantial losses. Ford's Mustang Mach-E, a previous sales booster, saw a significant drop in sales month over month in October 2023. Even though Ford's overall EV sales increased, they fell short compared to the growth in hybrid vehicle sales. Ford introduced a new trim for the 2024 F-150 Lightning to address the market shift. However, the high price point remains a challenge. GM faces similar challenges, announcing delays in the production of its Equinox, Silverado RST, and GMC Sierra Denali EVs. An underlying issue in the EV market is the control of EV battery supply in China. This dominance has led to a volatile market, with EV makers heavily investing in Chinese EV supplies only to face a saturated market leader. As EV manufacturers navigate these challenges, the balance between affordability and profitability becomes crucial. The evolving market conditions and economic factors are shaping the future of the EV industry. In order to save GM from dying, Mary Barra has finally decided to come back to combustion engines, signaling a renewed commitment to internal combustion engine or ICE technology. Recently, GM announced an investment of more than $500 million in its Arlington, Texas assembly plant. This plant is known for producing GM's lineup of full-size SUVs, including popular models like the Chevrolet Tahoe, Suburban, GMC Yukon, Yukon XL, and Cadillac Escalade. This investment is part of a larger plan where GM is pouring over $2 billion into future combustion engine technology and vehicles. This means ICE cars from GM are not going to go extinct anytime soon. Their plants will receive new tooling and equipment in its stamping, body shop, and general assembly areas. This move isn't about maintaining current production levels, it's about gearing up for the future production of ICE full-size SUVs. Earlier, GM had announced a $1 billion investment in its Michigan plants for combustion engine-powered heavy-duty pickups. This move followed a January announcement of an $854 million investment in the next generation of its small-block V8. So, why is GM doubling down on ICE technology? There are a few reasons. First, there's still a strong market demand for large combustion engine trucks and SUVs, especially in the US. Additionally, GM might be betting on the development of synthetic fuels or expecting legislation that could exempt large vehicles from strict EV regulations. GM's commitment to ICE vehicles is also backed by strong sales figures. In 2022, the company sold nearly 288,000 heavy-duty pickups, marking a 38% year-over-year rise in HD pickup sales. This demand underscores the continued popularity of these vehicles, despite the growing interest in EVs. While GM is investing heavily in ICE technology, it's important to note that the company hasn't abandoned its electric vehicle ambitions. GM continues to invest in its portfolio of battery electric vehicles, or BEVs, indicating a strategy that balances both ICE and EV technologies. This approach suggests that GM is looking to cater to a diverse range of consumer preferences and market demands. This move by GM could be seen as a practical approach to navigating the current automotive landscape. It recognizes that while EVs are the future, ICE vehicles will continue to play a significant role in the market for years to come. This strategy allows GM to continue capitalizing on its strong ICE vehicle portfolio while also making strides in EV technology. GM's decision to ramp up investment in combustion engine vehicles while maintaining its EV initiatives is a pragmatic approach in an uncertain market. Mary Barra's leadership is pivotal in this scenario. As the automotive world watches, the key question remains: will Mary Barra's strategy save GM from a potential crisis, or is it a gamble in an industry at a crossroad? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the automotive industry is witnessing a period of massive change, and GM is at the heart of it. Do you think Mary Barra's plans are effective? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you for staying with me till the end.